all doing well. And let me start by saying how sorry I am that we have not been able to keep a consistent schedule yet again. And I wanted to talk with everybody about why that is, why that's happened, plans going forward, and a couple thoughts on my mind. I don't want this to all be dour and sad and stuff, but I do think it's an important conversation to have. So let's start with why the schedule has been very up and down. There's a couple reasons for that. One is within my control, one is without my control. And I want to preface this saying that nothing is changing on Dusklight. If anything, we're going to do more as time goes on. We're not going away, anything like that. I just really wanted to use my platform as a stream of consciousness, especially as a writer, as someone who, this is my life, and I wanted to kind of talk to all of you about it. So let's go with the thing that's not in my control. I have had health issues for a few years now. Those long-time listeners will know from when I wrote the Life Extension series, I was having some health problems, and they've been largely unchecked. There's always been a thing we can enlist to it, but it's always changed, and it's like a chameleon. We think we know what it is now. Nothing life-threatening, nothing like that. And if it was, I would tell all of you. But the condition that we think we have, well, it put me in the hospital. Just for an overnight stay, nothing bad, but enough that it fucked the schedule up. And the first thing I thought was, my God, I'm letting everybody down again. I'm missing the schedule again. And that is something I put on myself, and I'm very conscious of YouTube burnout, and I am a very, very, very small channel, so I'm not trying to put too much on myself, but we'll get to that side in a second. But it, the condition leaves me very fatigued. When I have a flare-up, it leaves me on the bathroom floor or in my bed, just unable to function. It demotivates me, and I can just about get other things in my day done. I live on my own in a, I have to keep the house, taken care of, and I can barely do those things. So hopefully, understanding what it is now, we can go forward and we can put a plan in place to mitigate the flare-ups. So that's one thing. I had dental surgery, or like jaw surgery, a couple weeks ago because I had an infected tooth. That one was just a minor thing. That's my own fault. I also do wrestling and travel and act, and sometimes I get injuries, so occasionally the schedule may drop if I, get hurt, or I get exhausted through traveling, things like that. And I will keep you posted on my schedules, and, when I travel again, I have a couple dates coming up. I will try and keep content going, hence having Evelyn pop in. God bless Lucy, who is essentially the second half of this channel. I don't think there would be a revitalized Dusklight Radio without Lucy, who is like one of my best friends, my younger sibling, my better half. Well, you call it what it is, but she's incredible. So Dusklight's continuation is thanks to her. Now, that leads into the thing that I can't control. So I love this channel. I love the community we've created, and I would rather be small than big. So I want to make that very clear. I don't care about being a massive, massive channel. However, there are moments that are frustrating when I write and script all of the changeable skits in the beginning and the end. I'm either writing new work, or I'm finding my work, I'm adapting it, I'm putting it all together with sound effects and music that largely gets demonetized. So if ever you want to support us, the Patreon is there. We already exceeded expectations, so please don't worry. But very, very rarely do my videos make money. It's very frustrating to do all that, and then you see channels that use AI, text-to-speech, skyrocket past you. The algorithm will recommend them because the algorithm is not interested in creativity. It's not interested in passion. It is interested in what drives attention. And an AI channel, or a channel that is ran with very minimal effort, can upload significantly quicker. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm sure if I had more time, and maybe it's on me, maybe if I had more creative energy, I could put up a Dusklight transmission every other day. I just can't. And one of these channels stole from me over the last few days while I was in hospital, actually. I found out that this channel had taken the last Sin Eater, and it had taken the Nightmare Fighting Championship. And both those videos had done very, very well for the channel. In fact, that channel's numbers began to really go up, and it hit over 15,000 subscribers in an incredibly short span. And this dude very clearly doesn't care about stealing from people. He has a whole disclaimer, oh, if I've taken your story, come and contact me. I got them struck off, so that's fine. And then he contacted me wondering why I'd done that. So, some people. I'm not going to name him, I don't have the need to, but like, this is not a new problem with writing, and any of you who've known me for a long time know that I have been fighting this cause for a very long time. So this is a problem on two fronts. It demotivates me when channels that don't put in the effort, like largely AI channels, can skyrocket, and they don't have the passion I do, and it's fine. But when I'm putting out something and it's only hitting a couple hundred views, and we have 6,500 subscribers, I put the blame on myself. Am I doing the right content? Do I need to be doing more dynamic content? Do I need to strip back all of the rigmarole and keep it really simple? One backing track, more of a monotone voice, and no sound effects. I don't know. I would hope not. But obviously the downside of that is that occasionally there's going to be times where it comes out late, or things like that. So there is no real this is more of a stream of consciousness, so I apologize. I really just wanted to get this out there because my life, my jobs are writing, production, and acting, and wrestling. That's what I do. Every day is spent doing those things. And so when channels take my work, and you literally name them up, they probably take it from me, like big names. In the past, there's people like Mr. B. Allen, Shane Dawson, Loie Lane. They've all stolen from me, and in a couple of cases they've paid me back, in a couple they've just ignored me. They're taking substantial money off my table, and demotivating me, because it's like, well, if anyone could take it and then profit off my work and make it more successful, why bother doing it? And that was one of the reasons I did Dusklight Radio. It was a place to hone my craft, to put my work. And a decision I kind of made very recently, which I guess I'm kind of burying in the middle of this 10-minute, 12-minute video, whatever it is going to be. I'm going to take all my work off Reddit. It will no longer be findable unless you buy the books or you listen to the adaptations that are authorized by myself. That is not a decision I am making lightly, and it's really unfortunate, but this is the nail in the coffin. Reddit has just agreed to a billion-dollar deal, multi-billion-dollar deal, to sell user data publicly. And with that, they're selling a lot of the information that is on their website. And effectively, it's no different to what they've been doing for years prior, but the really basic version, to dilute down a decade-long issue, the work that I have up there is mine. But Reddit reserves the right to do what they want with it. Now, not YouTubers. YouTubers do not get that. I include myself there. We can't just take someone's work and then assume they haven't said anything, it's fine. But there are transformative aspects to the work that can be done without my consent. And I can't pull the curtain back too far, but I have deals on the table. I have things I'm moving forward with Sturgeon, and they could be affected very adversely by this. But I'm very tired of people taking my work, putting it onto text-to-speech TikToks. They get millions and millions of hits. I've seen the revenue that some of these generate, and after 5 years of fighting this fight, I don't have the energy to do it anymore. So I am going to take them off in the next month or so. My account will probably stay just because it's like the subreddit there's quite big, but I might try and migrate that over. And everything will be rehosted, potentially on a website of my own, or Discord or something. I'm gonna find somewhere to put it so that it's accessible for people. And then the only other places will be to buy the books, or check the YouTube out. Because I had this thought, guys, that Demi's adventure is one of the most personal stories I've ever written. And the only reason that's never been stolen is that there is no text version existing for people to access. It is only on a Google Doc that I own, that only a few people have access to. And Ronnie, Dr. Somnia, God bless him, has the audio version. And we'll do it here at Dusklight at some point. But that's why it's never been stolen. And the idea of someone stealing that cuts me very deeply. And I don't want to deal with that idea. That is very uncomfortable to me. So I'm doing this to mitigate future problems as well. So this is really just me kind of whining like a little bitch. Woe is me, you know. I am very, very blessed to do what I do, and I'm not going to stop, you know. I have no intentions of stopping, but I also have to be realistic that there's going to be times where I'm going to miss the schedule. I like having a schedule, but my life, my body, sometimes they don't want me to have one, which is really annoying. So that is an apology from me to you for missing the boat on that front, for not getting things done in the time they should be done. Whether it's a health issue or a personal issue, doesn't really matter. I am here to facilitate an entertainment for you. I take great privilege in being a place people can go to when the world is shitty and they can tune into Dusklight Radio and forget about everything for a while. Because this world is scary. This world is full of hatred. This world is full of violence and bigotry. And it's not very nice. And I think all of us have trouble with that. I think any die-hard Dusklight Radio fan is united by something a little bit stronger than the spooky, scary stories. They're united by senses of isolation and a desire to find something new. And this channel has to be that hub. For as long as people who are stressed out, who are having mental health issues, physical issues, personal issues, are coming here, I need to have this hub, this light on. So I hope you can forgive my indulgence here for nearly 15 minutes, Jesus. There will be a Discord coming up. I keep saying it, I just want it to be done with the right people in mind. I want like trustworthy mods, and you know, if I'm not going to be there very much, I want to make sure people are looking after everybody. There will be some surprises coming up. I am going to try and get the NFC book out in the next sort of couple of weeks as a way of boosting morale for myself and for you guys. There's obviously another book coming out from Velox, which is having my other short story tales. And yeah, I think that's about it. I will try not to do too many of these rambling things, but I thought this would be a good, healthy way of getting out those emotions, those thoughts, and putting them out to people who actually care, which is all of you lovely people. I'm already smiling by the end of this, so I think that was the right call. I wanted to make sure it was not too heavy, you know, a little bit of an annoyance, frustrating thing, like treating like a bit of a diary. Maybe I'll call it the janitor's diary if I feel like I want to downplay the severity of this, but in any case, we will be back soon. I am probably going to try and offset this schedule problem by doing all of the remaining bar parts in advance, so I could just shove them up weekly and then do the compilation before we move on to the next project, which me and Spirit Voices have already talked about. And yes, it's Sturgeon, obviously. I might do that. In fact, maybe I'll ask you guys, would you prefer that I have a couple more weeks of quiet, which, great, is going to hurt the algorithm, but we're already hurting, so whatever. Would you rather that and have then a solid month, 2 month schedule where everything goes out on time every week? Or are you happy having, you know, it done with a part coming out next week and potentially we might have another gap? Like, it depends on what you guys think. So I'd like you to let me know, and I'd like you to know how grateful I am for all of you. As I said, our videos really 95% of the videos don't get monetized. I have this constant issue with Envato Elements where I have a license where they will just keep flagging everything, and of course Nightmare Detectives, I keep using music that I'm not allowed to use because I just love enhancing the moments, so that's fine. But if you do want to financially support us, the Patreon is there. You can start as little as I think it's just $1, and you can go up to whatever you want. Largely the perks are just down to mentions and how we include you in the lore and stuff, but you do not have to do that. It's more important people enjoy it than anything else, but people keep asking me where they can support, so there you go. We're also going to do some Dusklight merch soon with Everett, with the Dusklight Radio logo, and some Nightmare Detectives merch, so we got some stuff coming out. And yeah, I think 15 minutes exactly, I think we're good. So everybody, thank you for giving me a place to share sturgeon with the world, to focus on during my own regrowth period, mentally, physically. Thank you for giving me somewhere where I don't have to overthink about sharing these kinds of thoughts. That somewhere I feel safe to do so. And I hope that that feeling of safety extends back to all of you. And the next time a Dusklight Radio transmission goes up, probably in a couple days, it'll be Everett's lovely voice greeting you, not mine. Thank you so much, and we will see you again when the sun sets and dusk enters the station